of Activity 2, Teach and Support Learning. This is about your direct engagement with learners, about your planning and your design, but this is actually what you do with your students, in groups or as individuals, and how you work in the different environments. So it could be a classroom, it could be a seminar, it could be a lecture theatre, but also the other areas that you work. So perhaps in support offices, learning support offices, perhaps it's in the learning centre, it could be a lab, it could be out on work placement and how you support students there. So within this you need to consider teaching activities. That might be lecturing in tutorials and seminars, but also the clinical setting, laboratories, workplace learning environments, distance learning, and how you use virtual learning environments to teach. The other aspect of this area of activity is support, and here it may be the supervision of postgraduates, it may include mentoring of inexperienced staff, or contributions to in-house learning and teaching programmes. So there are many different ways in which this area of activity covers both teaching and supporting of learning. And in this you need to demonstrate the different approaches and methods that you would use to support or to teach, and it's your opportunity to show the breadth of your experience. So here these directly relate to the core knowledge, subject material, appropriate methods for teaching and supporting learning, and this is specific about the subject area and also the level of academic programme. You will work differently with a group of first year undergraduates to postgraduates who have got a lot of experience. K3 is how students learn both generally and within their subject and discipline area. So here it is what underpins your practice, methods and theories do you use within your teaching so that students can learn, and there's a link to this in a moment. And lastly, the use and the value of appropriate learning technologies. For some colleagues this will be using virtual reality, for others it will be using simulations. It's whatever is appropriate to what you are teaching. It may be that you use Turnitin for assessment and things like that, but there's no specific learning technology required. Professional values, these are really important in area of activity 2. Respect for individual learners and diverse learning communities. I've already touched on the fact that you need to be inclusive, so how are you making your teaching inclusive for mature students with a group that are predominantly 18-year-old students? How are you integrating international students into your classrooms where the majority are UK-based students? And what about those experiences, students coming in with different qualifications? Professional value 2 promotes participation in higher education and equality of opportunities for learners. So how do you make this inclusive? It's about retention. How do you ensure that everybody is learning within this environment? And lastly, how do you use evidence-informed approaches, outcomes of research, scholarship and your own continuing professional development? The research does not have to be your own research, but it can be research from colleagues and from your own CPD, from your reading. And likewise, the scholarship is about being informed in the subject, but also in the methods of teaching, and that comes through your professional development. So the question here, does your teaching embrace all these dimensions of practice? So here are some resources to help you with teach and or support learning. The Higher Education Academy offers a wide range of resources, teaching in large groups, teaching in small groups, lectures, seminars, and then theory which underpins practice. So learning and teaching and also learning theories are available,